In this video, I'm going to be talking about my predictions for the Portland Trail Blazers 25-26 season. Let's get into it. So, if you haven't heard the news, Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups has been arrested for illegal gambling, especially poker with the Mafia. He was arrested by the FBI, so it's very big. He's not guilty yet. Well, you know what I mean. Like, he's not guaranteed yet, but it's a very high chance that he did do this. And he also did it with Terry Rozier, and what they would do was they would basically, so for Chauncey, he would say, like, hey guys, I'm going to tank this game. Like, one of the things that he would do is he would say, I'm going to tank this game. You guys vote, like, that we're going to lose, and, like, gamble that and get a ton of money. And Terry Rozier would be like, hey guys, I'm going to fake an injury, gamble on that, and blah, blah, blah. And then they would get a whole bunch of money from that, which is obviously, it's illegal. You can't do that. That is not good. So, because Chauncey Billups is no longer part of this team, currently we have Tiago Splitter stepping up to be the interim head coach, which if you don't know what an interim head coach is, it's basically like he's an assistant coach stepping up until we can find a real head coach, which if he does well, we might just sign him, or we will sign somebody else to become our head coach. But one of the good things about Chauncey Billups that a lot of people are saying, like, about him being gone, is that he won't be tanking anymore, and we'll actually be trying to win. And that'll be very nice for us because we've been tanking for a very long time. So if you're a Blazers fan, you're right there with me. Tanking for a while, it's kind of interesting. Not been super fun. But another thing I like to talk about for our future is Young Hansen. Because, boy oh boy, to start out, people were saying, oh, he's just in a Chinese league, he's not going to do that great, you know. And then they were like, yeah, let's see how he does in the draft combine. Then he just goes insane in the draft combine. Like, just out of the park. And then people were saying that he wouldn't really do well in, like, the NBA and stuff. So far, he hasn't done, like, amazing. Just because he hasn't gotten so many minutes. But in the preseason, these were some of his stats. Sorry, it's kind of blurry. But, I mean, 10.8 points, basically 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks is, like, really good. That's, like, really, really good for somebody who has so many doubts. And I'm hoping he can maybe turn those stats into NBA stats. But let's now get into, like, the actual, like, first game of the Blazers season. Portland versus Minnesota took place on October 22nd. It was a very good game. I went to it. The Timberwolves, it was such a fun game to go to. The Timberwolves won by 4 after the Blazers being up for almost all of the game. And it was mainly because of Anthony Edwards. He scored 41 points in that game. He went off. But Denny did good. He got 7 rebounds, 1 assist, and 20 points. But Jeremy Grant was he was trying to prove something, because his stat line was 29 points, 3 boards, and 1 block. That is just an insane, like, it's insane numbers. But, like, for coming off the bench in his first game, well, not insane numbers, but, like, really good. So last year he averaged on the topic of Jeremy Grant. Last year he averaged 14.5 points, 2.1 assists, and 3.5. Wait. Oh yeah, 3.5 boards. His first start, as you can see, was amazing. He's been doing great. I forget exactly what he got in the Golden State game, but it's pretty good. I'll talk about that later. But we'll see if he ends up starting in some games. Like, he's kind of proven himself, like, hey, I should be a starter. And my predictions for him for the rest of this season, it's gonna be like around, I'm guessing he'll make a pretty big jump. Maybe even up to like 17.6 points, 4 assists, and like 4 to 5 boards. So, pretty good. Might have, maybe more like 3 assists. And for me, it can really go anywhere from like 16.5 to 17.6 points. I just went the highest because I'm just hopeful and looking for some hope as a Blazer fan. Next up, we got to talk about the Golden State versus Portland game. The Blazers ended up winning this one, I believe. I'm actually blanking on what the score was. It was a 119 to 139. If I remember. So we won by a good margin. Clingan did all right. He got 8 boards, 2 assists, and 14 points. Grant did good again. He got 22 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Avdia, however, in 29 minutes, he got 26 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. But he did get 3 turnovers, so that wasn't great. But last season, Denny averaged like 23 points, 6 boards, 3.5 assists. He did great this game, as I was saying, and I'm expecting a lot from him this season with how he did like at the kind of end of last season. Points, I would say maybe like anywhere from 23.5 to like 24.5, so like 23.5 points to 24.5 points. I would say like, actually maybe even 25 points if we're really stretching it. Assists, he would probably get like 4 assists because he's got, more, actually, I don't know. Yeah. Sorry for stuttering there, my bad. For rebounds, I'll say he'll go down like a half a rebound because he had 6 rebounds last season, and I'm gonna guess like 5.5 rebounds because of the fact that they have Young now, and Clingan is now a starter, so maybe even 5. So they're gonna be taking some boards from him, which will drop his boards, in my opinion. But the person I'm most excited to talk about is Scooty Boy, Scoot Henderson. Now, he is injured till like November 10th. So that'll be interesting. And it'll be amazing because you have one of the best offensive guards in Damian Lillard and one of the best defensive guards in Drew Holiday, both that can mentor Scoot Henderson, so he'll pick up insane like clamps defense, and he'll also be able to score like bananas because Dame will be telling him. So combining that, it's like insane. It's potential crazy. So I'm really hoping for a big jump for him. Last year, he averaged like about 13 points, which is a whole like 1.5 step down from his rookie season. So that's a little interesting. It's kind of scary because he got a lot less points. He had less turnovers. I think he had like 3.1 turnovers in his rookie season on average, and last season he had like 2.7, which is still a major issue from him because he's just really uncontrollable with the ball. But when he does control the ball, he has insane handles. Last year he averaged 5.1 assists too. Another weakness is that is his shooting, which Dame could help him up that. Like 76% from free throw for a guard is not good. 35% from three, Dame could help him up that. And 41% field goal percentage, which is not bad, but it's like for somebody who has as much promise as him, he needs to up that. He also averaged 3 rebounds, and he also got 1 steal per game. So I'm thinking maybe like all the way from like 12.7 points. I'm hoping like anywhere from 16.5 to maybe even 18. Assists, I would go like 6. So like, cause maybe he'll get like 1 more assist per game to like Young or something. Steals, I'm thinking with Drew Holiday anywhere from like 1.4 to like 1.8, because Drew Holiday can like give him the secret sauce. It sounds weird. Just give him help, teach him how, and then maybe like rebounds anywhere from 3 to 4.5, because he's a guard. The other centers will be taken from him. So overall, Portland Trailblazers expectations for next season, I'm thinking like around, no pun intended, because I know this is kind of a meme, like 8 or 9th seed. So maybe playing, and then we can maybe sneak like getting into that first round of the playoffs. Or maybe we could win the championship. Probably not. Maybe need like a couple years for our players to develop and maybe make some trades. But it's a promising season, and I'm excited for the rest of the season. But also, I know this is off topic, it's not Blazers, but oh my gosh, the Oklahoma City Thunder games are insane to watch. Literally, double overtime, then double overtime for their first 2 games. And then there was another overtime game, which was Nuggets versus Warriors. That was really fun to watch. So, we'll probably talk about the Thunder and the Warriors and all that stuff in other videos. So, I will see you all later. Bye. Please consider subscribing.